Okay, so if you're a leader, there are two words that cause a huge amount of stress: responsibility and accountability. We tend to use them like they're the same thing, but honestly, confusing them can completely throw you off your game and your teams too. So in this explainer, we are going to untangle this leadership trap once and for all.
So let me ask you this. Does this question hit home? That feeling that the weight of every single task, every team member, every project, it all rests squarely on your shoulders. It is so overwhelming, right? Well, if you've been there, you are definitely not alone. And it's not just you. This is a universal problem. In a leadership workshop, even seasoned managers and heads of departments were really struggling with this. They felt like they were on the hook for absolutely everything. And look, this isn't just about semantics. This is a huge deal. It's critical, because if you're not crystal clear on what you're truly responsible for versus what you're accountable for, how can you possibly decide what to do next? How do you know what to prioritize? That confusion, it just leads to inaction. So how do we fix this? Well, let's start by decoding the two words themselves. Believe it or not, the answer is hiding in plain sight, right inside the words themselves. All right, so let's actually break these words down. I promise, once you see the difference in how they're built, it's going to completely change how you see your role. First up, responsibility. I want you to look really closely at the word itself. Response, ability. It's your ability to respond, see? This is all about the doing. It's the daily, hands-on stuff, managing your team, your resources, your strategy. It's all the proactive work you do every single day to just move the needle forward. Now let's flip to accountability. Same deal. Account. Ability. It's your ability to give an account. See the shift? This isn't about the daily grind. It's about explaining the final result. It's your job to report on what happened and, why it happened. It's looking back. Okay, so now that we've broken them down, let's put them side by side. This is where it's all going to click into place. So check this out. Responsibility, that's your daily proactive doing directed at your team, your resources. It happens every single day. But accountability, that's a whole different ballgame. It's focused on the final outcome. It only happens periodically, like when you do a quarterly report. And it's all about that retroactive explaining of the result, usually up the chain to management. One's about the journey, the other's about the destination. I know this can still feel a little academic, so let's make it real. And we're going to do that with a simple but honestly a perfect analogy: the hen. Yep, you heard me right. A leader is like a hen. I know, sounds a little weird, but hang with me here because this really illustrates the dynamic between these two ideas perfectly. The key here is what the hen does every single day. Its responsibility is to sit on the egg, keep it at the right temperature, and create the perfect environment for it to incubate. Those are its daily actions, its responsibilities. Now, here's the thing. The hen isn't actually making the chick grow. It can't do that, right? That's biology. But it is absolutely responsible for creating the perfect conditions for that to happen. So, what's the hen accountable for? Well, it's the final outcome, whether or not a chick actually develops and hatches. Even though the hen isn't directly responsible for the biological magic happening inside the shell, it is ultimately held accountable for the results. If it fails in its responsibilities, there's no chick, and the hen is accountable for that failure. And that is the core lesson for every leader listening. You cannot personally do everything. You're not responsible for every single action your team takes, but you are, without a doubt, accountable for the final outcome they produce. Okay, so we get the theory, we get the hen analogy, but what does this actually mean for you? How does this distinction help you lead better, like tomorrow morning? When you finally get this distinction, it's like a weight lifts off your shoulders. Seriously. 3 amazing things start to happen. First, you actually understand the why behind what you're doing. Second, you can prioritize your day with laser focus. And third, you can split your energy between the daily management stuff and the periodic reporting stuff. It brings huge psychological relief, and it frees you from that stress of doing everything. So here's a super simple filter, a little question you can use all day long for every single thing on your to-do list. Just ask yourself, is this task part of my responsibility, creating the right environment for my team today? Or is it part of my accountability, getting ready to explain the final outcome? This will instantly clarify your priorities. All right, let's bring this all together. Here's the key leadership takeaway and exactly what you can do next. This is the big idea I want you to walk away with. You have to let go of the idea that you have to do everything. That's not your job.
Your primary job is to create the ecosystem for success. That's your responsibility. The final result that comes out of that ecosystem, that's your accountability.
So I'm going to leave you with a challenge. Not tomorrow, not next week. Right now. Pull out your to-do list, go through it, and for each item, label it. Is this a responsibility task or an accountability task? I'm telling you, this simple exercise won't just bring you clarity, it will fundamentally change the way you lead.